You know, when you think about moving money, there's this weird acceptance of waiting. You mail a check, you wait a month.
Yeah.
You do a standard bank transfer, you wait days for it to clear. You just accept the wait.
Yeah, it's just considered the cost of doing business.
Right. But what if waiting was suddenly optional? Today's deep dive is into a B2B use cases guide on request for payment, or RFP. And our mission for you today is to explore how this tech is destroying that multi-day waiting game. Because waiting on 90-day invoices or eating massive processing fees is getting incredibly old. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, to really grasp the impact here, we first need to look at the mechanics. What's fascinating is the physical shift in how the money actually moves. It's moving from a passive pull to an interactive credit push.
Wait, a passive pull like the old ACH direct debits?
Exactly, yeah. Historically, you'd basically hand over your banking details and just sort of, trust the other party to reach in and pull out the right amount.
Right, which is like handing a cashier your entire wallet and just hoping they only take exactly what you owe them.
That is a perfect way to put it. But RFP, which runs on real-time rails like FedNow and RTP, is a true credit push. You get a notification, you look in your digital wallet, and you authorize handing over the exact cash yourself.
Oh, so you are in total control of the transaction.
Right, total control. Plus, it runs on ISO 2022 standards. It's basically a universal translation language for banks. It allows the actual invoice data, every single line item, to travel geographically glued to the money itself.
So rather than sending the money through a bank and the invoice through a separate email, they go together.
Exactly.
So it's like getting a Venmo request, but instead of an emoji and a pizza slice, it's stuffed with an entire itemized corporate invoice.
That is a brilliant analogy. Take the GridCorp Utilities example from our sources. GridCorp sends a $45,000 industrial power bill to a factory called Apex Manufacturing.
Okay, so a massive bill.
Huge.
Yeah.
And instead of a detached PDF, that bill pops up natively right inside Apex's banking portal. The treasury manager reviews it, clicks approve, and the funds settle atomically in under 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Not 2 days, but 2 seconds.
Yeah, under 2 seconds. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, think about what happens when you scale that instant settlement across massive corporate supply chains. You completely bypass traditional credit card rails.
Oh, I bet that saves a ton on those heavy interchange fees.
Oh, absolutely. It provides the same data richness you'd get from a card network, but it settles directly on central bank rails for just flat cents.
And because the money and the detailed receipt arrive in the exact same digital envelope, ERP systems like SAP don't have to guess which payment belongs to which invoice.
Yes, exactly. They match them instantly without a human ever typing a single number. 100% automated straight-through processing.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. I have to push back a bit on this. The tech is incredibly fast, but corporate treasurers are notorious for holding on to their cash until the absolute last second to maximize their own interests.
Oh, sure. That's a classic treasury strategy.
Right. So why on earth would they voluntarily pay an invoice in 2 seconds? Do companies actually care enough to pay early just because the tech is faster?
Well, that raises a great point. The answer is that RFP allows suppliers to weaponize dynamic discounting. So let's look at the Titan Electronics example.
Okay, I'm listening.
They sell $150,000 in microprocessors to Aerotech Systems. Titan embeds a term directly in the RFP payload that says, pay within 1 hour of delivery for 2% discount.
Ah, I see. So Aerotech's automated system verifies the shipment hit the warehouse dock, it immediately triggers the approval, and they save $3,000 right on the spot.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Titan gets instant central bank settled cash, totally avoiding the wait.
Wow, it's a win-win driven by instant liquidity and absolute certainty. But, if a massive utility company or a tech giant can settle a 6-figure bill in 2 seconds, it makes you wonder about the everyday person.
Yeah, the disparity is pretty obvious.
Right. Why is the person actually fixing the power lines or driving the delivery truck still waiting 2 weeks for a batch processed paycheck to clear? So, what does this all mean for the everyday worker?
Well, it means that 2-week wait won't be around much longer either. This technology unlocks true real-time payroll. Historically, a company had to send ACH origination files days before payday.
Right, you had to lock it in and send the money way early.
Exactly. But with RFP and account-to-account rails, corporate treasurers can hold their cash in interest-bearing accounts until the exact second wages are due.
Meaning the company maximizes its interest yield right up to the buzzer, while the worker gets earned wage access immediately.
Exactly. The guide highlights build-right construction. They have 200 disaster relief workers finishing a grueling cleanup shift at 8:00 p.m. on a Saturday.
Saturday night, when banks are usually completely shut down.
Right, closed. But the foreman approves the digital timesheets on a tablet. And by 8:01 p.m., the automated payroll engine executes 200 individual FedNow credit push transactions.
Unbelievable. So those workers have their $350 payouts directly in their checking accounts instantly.
Yes, instantly. Ready to spend before they even leave the job site.
That is a massive shift.
It really is. To summarize what we've seen from these sources today, request for payment is not just a payment option. It is a corporate working capital optimization tool.
So it's shrinking the whole order-to-cash cycle from months down to literal seconds.
Exactly. By combining bidirectional messaging with atomic settlement and rich data, it changes everything. For you, the listener, it means the friction of money movement is just vanishing.
The era of the multi-day waiting game is officially over. But I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, if businesses and workers can instantly exchange value 24/7, 365 without any clearing delays, how will that permanently change human psychology around how we value our time?
That is a really fascinating question.
Right. The next time you tap your card or wait for payday, ask yourself, are you waiting on the laws of physics or just legacy code?